welcome you to the Riverside Weekly. We hope your time with us today is thought-provoking, spiritually challenging, and a life-changing experience. Our discussions and messages can be raw, real, and at times very uncomfortable and even controversial. We highly encourage all of our guests and listeners to take notes, leave comments, and when possible, always share what you hear. And now here are your hosts, Pastor Selo and Pastor Mia.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. I have a guest. Yeah. This is April, and I just think it's really cool that I actually have a guest. You guys, this is super exciting. We told you that in 2021, we were going to do some different things, and this is her first ever podcast, and she just decided to jump on, so I'm like, let me tell y'all my new song. This is how I feel right now. This is how I feel. Here it goes.
Hey, feeling good, like I should. When in dark, I walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best.
Okay, we'll play the rest of the song later, but I'm feeling really blessed to have her on here because I have been thinking about this, and all of a sudden, boop, she was talking about the exact same thing, and I got so excited because she is not an expert, but working to be an expert on this. She is practicing, which means she does it every day, and she's working on herself. But I wanted to talk about love. Since it's Valentine's is coming up. That was just like perfect. Marco's not here, so I have to do the sound. But I was just super excited that she said something that just sparked in me what I've been wanting to talk about for a long time. And you're actually the second guest that I wanted to come and talk about love. So I might do another one the weekend. Part two. There you go, part two. So I've been wanting to talk about love, and what better month to talk about it in February, right? This is the love month. And one of the things that I always say, and the other person that needs to come to the podcast is, you can't love anybody else if you don't love yourself. And so you said something that was so key and just made me like blow my mind, because you said loving what?
People back to life.
Loving people back to life. Guys, that's like such profound statement. Explain to us what that means and how to do that, because I don't know how to do that. That's like, to me, this is what I see when people bringing people back to life. You know. So, but you're talking about something totally different. Yeah. That's not even that.
Loving people back to life is pretty much loving people like Jesus loves us, with no restraints, no restrictions. Loving them how they are, like where they are.
Dirty?
Whatever.
Stinky?
Dirty, stinky, stained, bloody. Just loving them, just taking them in and just loving them until they're back to life again. And you're spreading that love. Spreading love. Showing love, spreading love. But it's I don't know. It's just loving people.
How do you do it? How do you do it? Because you have kids that you have to give love to also. Mm-hmm. So if you spread yourself too thin, you know how you do peanut butter and jelly. The jelly too thin and the peanut butter too thick, you know.
Really just, you know, it's kind of hard to just like love everybody, but you know, if there's people in your circle or whatever, you're building these relationships, you know, just making sure that I'm loving them and not being judgmental, or not being not looking down upon them because they're different than me, or because they think different than me. It's just loving them.
Wow.
Loving them and letting them feel the love of God through me. Because he always tells us, you know, we're to love our neighbor as ourselves. But sometimes if we don't even love ourselves, how can we love somebody else?
Yeah, that's it right there.
If we don't even love ourselves, how can we show or share that love with our children, with our friends, with our church friends, with our family members? So yeah, that's pretty much.
That's good. You made me think of something. You know, there are different ways that people learn. So I wonder, you said something about loving them where they are, and, you know, however they are. And because people are different learners, then I bet they accept love different ways, you know?
Yeah.
And you made me think of that. And I was like, oh.
That reminds me of that book, The Five Love Languages.
Oh.
Everybody has a different language of love. Some could be physical.
Some could be buying.
Yeah.
Buy me some.
Some could be, what is it, like acts of kindness, or like you were saying, buying.
I'm a giver. I can give all day long.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you want something, because I will buy it for you. And then you'll have to tell me, okay, Pastor Mia, I have enough of those. That is enough.
But yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Just loving them where they are, where they're at in life. Whether it's in a good space, in a bad space, and wherever they are, you just love them where they are and love them back to life.
Love them back to life.
Sometimes we need a little bit extra love.
Longer, you mean?
Yeah.
Longer CPR? I wonder if we could come up with an acronym for CPR, you know? Loving them back to life, but, you know, it's not really CPR. Press, you know, but it's CPR as in, you know, I don't know. We're going to have to think about that one.
Yeah, we'll have to think about that
We'll
one.
bring that one back. Again, another t-shirt
part
idea.
2.
Yeah, for the part 2. But it just makes me think that, you know, when we're loving somebody back to life, and just what we said before, how can you love someone else if you don't even love yourself? And you can't even love yourself if you don't know the love of God in you, you know? And and I always say this all the time. And that's because Andy Mineo said it, not me, but he said that, you live different when you know you've been forgiven. And I tell you, you know, I said this before, things taste different. You don't waste life. You don't waste time. And, you know, I don't know. It's what I've been saying for the last couple of weeks in services, you know, thankfulness, just this attitude of thankfulness and gratefulness. And, you know, I think when you're loved, you're so thankful. You know, it makes me think of those little cartoon characters with the hearts coming out their eyes. Yeah. You know, or you know, the Bugs Bunny when he's got this heart and he's like boom, 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 boom. Yeah, you know, that kind of love. And if we can imagine that God is showing us with those kind of love, then we can do that. Okay, just in, this is what CPR means: communication, process, and respond. Or partnership and relationship. I like that one better. Communication, partnership, and relationship. Ow! That was awesome. Thank you. Communication, partnership, and relationship. Man, that's big. Loving somebody back to life is communicating and saying how much I love you and how much you mean to me. Yeah. And then partnering is saying, I'm willing to hold your hand. I was thinking about that song that we did at the karaoke. I don't know.
I didn't come.
You didn't, but did you see it?
I didn't see it either.
So there's a song, you'll remember it when I sing it, but it's, oh, we're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Yeah. Take my hand, we'll make it, I swear. See, there's that partnership right there, right? So to me, that's a partnership saying, I see you down there. I see you knocked down. Let me
help you up.
Yeah. And pump you up, you know.
Yeah.
I've come to
like
pump you
like
up.
A hype man.
Yeah. Yeah, the hype man, you know. I always said that you got to have a hype man. That's why I was playing the song. You know, this is Sunday's Best by Surfaces, and I was just my daughter played it and she sang it at the karaoke, and then I had heard it somewhere else and I was like, man, these dudes are awesome. So I went to listen to it in the car today and I was like jamming and I was like, I'm feeling good, you know. And I was just like, yeah, this is it, you know. But that's how we feel when we know that we're loved. And so for those that are not loved, they need that same you know, to bring them back to life.
Back to life.
So when we partner with them and we make stronger, build relationships, then we're pumping them up like we do with a deflated snowman. Yeah, and the snowman's like, yeah, or the flag, you know.
Oh yeah, the ones that just wait.
Yes. So that was so good, and it just made me think about that. Say it again.
Loving people back to life.
That's a shirt right there, girl. That is a shirt. Loving people
I'm
back.
a size large.
Okay. Cricket said, "We're going down tomorrow, Mia, so you're going to have to print out all these shirts before." And I was like,
Pastor Selo say shameless plug.
Yeah. But I'm working on myself, guys. I'm working on myself not to have 52 businesses. I just can't help it. I'm pretty sure somewhere in some prayer while I was asleep, my husband was like, Lord, give her the shirt ideas, because that used to be him, remember? Mm-hmm. The minute he would say something, boom, shirt. And so now it's me, and I'm just like, shh, no shirts. But that, to me, that's awesome. That's like the shirts that I did for you in the very beginning that said, what did it?
You are loved, you are worthy, you are important,
you are valued,
you are valued,
and you are loved, you are valued,
appreciated.
You are appreciated. Everybody needs to know that, because most people, when they don't have a worth in themselves, again, they're miserable, honestly.
It reminds me of what is that song, This Little Light of Mine? You gotta let it shine.
Yeah.
You gotta, share your flame. Like to share your flame with somebody else. When their candle gets blown out, you're like, here, let me share mine.
That doesn't mean you snuff yours out.
No,
that just
you're
means
just sharing to burn yours. I'm sharing my light to burn yours back up.
Oh, that's so cute. Guys, this is like real stuff. I don't make this stuff up. This is really good. That's why I was just like, loving people back to life. Guys, that I cannot stress that enough. That's how we should be. And that should make us happy, because we're able to give the love that God put inside of us. Yeah. And we're able to give it out. They used to say that at Family Worship Center all the time. If you sit there or you get too full and you turn like a tick because you're not giving it out.
And Pastor Selo said, he did, I think, a service before where he used the water, the cup.
Oh.
And if your cup is full and you're not sharing, like yours is just overflowing with all this love or all this whatever, and you're not sharing it with everybody else, that cup is like empty or not all the way full.
That makes me think of something. I'll end with this. It made me think of the time that when we got back together, not when I met him, because after I met him, we were friends or dating or boyfriend and girlfriend for 2 years, and then we split apart for 2 years, and then we came back together when I was 17. And I remember him saying, I don't deserve you, and this and that, and I'm like, whatever, that was just words. But at the same time, I had been hurt by my baby daddy, and it was a horrible trauma or event in my life. And I think for me, only God brought me out of that darkness, and I remember just being full of love and seeking all that I had to God, because I knew God was going to take me, and I was like, all right. And then he was like, I don't get it. And I said, I'm just full of love. And that's what you want. You don't want me. You want what I was full of.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's love these people back to life. And let's remember communication, partnership, relationships. Key, guys. Let's get that CPR on. All right, we'll see you next week. Love you guys. Peace.
Thank you for listening to the Riverside Weekly. Download the Riverside Waco app to stay connected and follow us on all social media sites at the Riverside Waco. This podcast is made possible by the givers of Riverside Community Church. Production and engineering provided by Capital G and RTV in Waco, Texas.